Hi, welcome back to our channel. So in this video, we're going to be talking about pig farming, the business plan again. This is the number 3. We're going to talk about your feeding plan to save you the cost of buying feed, for your pig farm. So what it is, whenever you are doing a pig farm or any kind of animal farming, the feed is number one thing, that will drain you down if you are buying it. The transportation cost alone might cost you a lot of money. So let's get into it. So the first thing that you will try to do, I'm talking from experience. Let's say you want to start a pig with 10 to about 20 pig farm, with the plan in the future that you're going to increase the size of your farm. My advice is, you find about 4 to 5 acres of land that you use to plant maize, just maize. Because maize is the most expensive one compared to the other ones whenever you're making feed. So what you do is, after you acquire the 4 to 5 acres of land, you need to plan for irrigation system on that particular land. Preferably, drip irrigation. If you can do any other kind of irrigation that will work better for you, that is fine. But drip irrigation saves a whole lot of water. So you can get your thing, sort out your water issue really well. Because in the dry season in Ghana, or I don't know where any other part of the country, usually water is scarce. Especially if you are doing a pig farm, you're probably in the bush somewhere doing it, and you might need water for your pigs too. So drip irrigation might be the best way to go with it. So what you do is you set up drip irrigation for your farm. Let's stick with 4 acres of farm. So if, let's say you want to start up your farm up in December, you have to start planning your feed in January. This is called proper planning. We've all done some mistake before whenever we starting our farms. Feed is the number 1. That's where we have to start from before you even think about your other place. So the place that you acquire the land, the 4 acres of land, make sure that is the same area that your farm is going to be, so that the transportation cost for the feed too will not be coming in. So on that 1 acre, the first acre of land, you have to make sure that you plant at least, about, let's say, every acre of land that you're going to plant, you need about 10 kilos of corn to plant on it, of the seed to plant on it. If you do that, you apply your fertilizer, whatever you need to apply to boost your maize from growing. You do that, you get the correct seed from certified places. If you have your own seeds too that you have saved, which is good, it's good. It will cut down costs as long as you know your seeds are good. So in January, you plant the first acre. You can also plant the whole 4 acres and harvest all at a go and then store them. Or you can do January, you plant 1 acre, February you plant 1 acre, and this all the way for 4 months. Each month you plant 1 acre. So what will happen is, because maize usually take about 4 months, you can harvest it and everything. So 4 to 5 months. If you're thinking it's 5 months, you can go plant each acre every 5 months. The reason why is, if you're harvesting every month 1 acre maize, if you do everything right, at least you are sure that about, let's say, anywhere from 16 bags of 150 kg, to about 20 bags of 150 kg bags, those things you will get from every acre. So whenever you harvest the corn, you store it. And then when you do that again, you also store it. The following month, if you do such thing like that, you save yourself from stress of harvesting the whole 4 acres and processing it, and restarting again. But if you have a time to do that, plant the whole 4 acres, and then store your corn, and then go to the next season again. Plant the whole 4 acres and then store your maize down. So once you get a whole lot of that corn like that stored down, you are sure that once you start up your farm, you are going to have feed down for your pigs. You don't have to worry about buying feed from nobody. Even if there's no feed available, as long as you have maize, you can even feed your pigs alone with the maize, enough maize, and find some protein source to add it to it. But if you have maize, all you need to do is find some concentrate which contains a lot of proteins, add it to the maize, make your own feed for your pigs. In this case, your production for the pig farm, the profit, you cut down about 50% of all the feed costs. You cut them away, then you can enjoy your pig farming. Other than that, you run into a lot of issues. This is the part that most people is trying to start up a pig farm, or any kind of animal farm, don't think about. We've all been there before, so I'm talking from experience. Especially with poultry farm, that one is just crazily downhill. If you don't have your feed stored, you will spend all your money and give all your money to the feed companies. So with 4 acres to 5 acres of maize, you can do 2 seasons and then start your farm in December. So you start planning really, really well. If you have irrigation, you can actually do 3 seasons in a year. The moment you harvest, you plant again. That's why I prefer the irrigation system. Once you start up your pig farm too, you can go by, you continue the exact same thing. Every season you are growing your corn, or every month, if you want to do the monthly one, every month you plant 1 acre, 1 acre, 1 acre, like that. So every month you're harvesting 1 acre at a time and adding it to the feed that you already stored down, so that your workload will be reduced a little bit. Because I've realized that, if you have, let's say, 20 pigs, with 20 pigs, you are probably going to feed, let's say you are feeding each one of them 2 kgs a day. So if you are feeding each pig 2 kg a day times, let's say 2 kg a day times 30 days, or 2 kg times, 20 pigs, you are getting about 40 kg, 40 kg, 40 kg a day. So 40 kg a day times 30, you can do the calculation that way, and then you get how much feed you will need for the month. It's probably going to be about, no, that calculation, I'll have to leave it out to you guys to do that calculation, but because I don't have it right on top of my head. I did it, but I don't know where the paper went. So you do that and multiply it, and then how your feeding chart will be. Then how you want to set up your farm too, because you can increase this farm that I'm talking about. As your pigs grow, you add more acres to it. And then if you have to keep the number of pigs to some level that that you can control. I learned from a good man that it's not the quantity that you have, but it's the quality and the system. If it's working, you just stick with it and make it work for you, so that you make your money. So don't try to do too much when you are starting your farm. Until after a year or 2 years, I would probably say 3 years into it, when you know that you have everything down really, really well, that is when you even think about expanding crazily to different spots. Because pigs eat a lot. So if you are going to try to buy the feed, it will drain your pocket. And the feed that pigs eat too, it's not like chickens too, that they eat maybe a few kilos a day. But chickens, the more you have, the more they eat. That's another thing too. But for pigs, sometimes you can substitute their feed for other things on the side, and they will be fine. But poultry farm is not that way. So if you are going to do your pig farm, plan really, really well on your feed, and you save a lot of money. Thank you for watching. Please like the video, share it, and subscribe.